Hi guys, it's Jade here, and if you're new to my channel, then welcome. It's great to see you, and be sure to subscribe. So today I want to talk about Thomas Mair. Now, if you guys don't know who Thomas Mair is, well, he was the supposed killer of Jo Cox back in late June. Apparently, he shot and then stabbed her. Apparently the gun he made himself, and apparently he had ordered this gun making book from America. Now, Thomas Mair today was in the Old Bailey. He was in court, and when he went to court today to plead guilty or not guilty, he simply refused to put in a plea and simply refused to speak. He said his name, Thomas Mair, and then did not put a plea in when the judge asked him to do so. So people weren't sure what was going on, and there wasn't many people in the public gallery. It was actually all top secret. Media wasn't really allowed in the public gallery, which is rather suspect. So when Thomas Mair did get in there, he didn't say a word. So the judge decided to take that plea as not guilty. So Thomas Mair, by not saying anything, the judge has decided to put the plea in of not guilty to the murder of Jo Cox. Now, this is huge. The fact that they have not forced him to actually say guilty or not guilty, the fact that he has been allowed to stay silent speaks volumes. So Thomas Mair is not pleaded guilty, and that brings us into question of a previous video that I did, and the link will be down here and up here if you're on a desktop right now, if you want to watch it. And it's about my views on this case, whether it was an unfortunate event or whether this was planned. As we know, there's a very similar case in Sweden where a MP who was campaigning for Sweden to stay in the EU actually got murdered, and that swung the Swedish vote, and they voted to stay in because of that. Now, this video, the previous video, it goes into that. Now, feel free to watch that and you have more of an understanding if you're not sure of the case. But one of the things I looked at in the video was the fact that the story was reported wrong in the media anyway, that we were led to believe that Thomas Mair came into her MP surgery and just shot her, when apparently the full story was that actually she apparently saw an argument between two people from the library, which is in itself suspect. From the library, came out and got in between these two guys, and apparently Thomas Mair shot her and stabbed her. Now, one of the main criticisms of this case was the fact that Thomas Mair apparently had tattoos up his arm, and then when the footage was shown of Thomas Mair being arrested, there was no tattoos up his arm. Also, there's no footage, no camera footage, no raw footage of the murder actually taking place, and the only footage we have is the police later arresting what could or could not be Thomas Mair. Now, I don't know if Thomas Mair has got a defense solicitor, defense lawyer, or what's going on with his defense, but he does have a very strong defense. The fact is, there's many inconsistencies in this story, and I am behind Thomas Mair 100%, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Thomas Mair did commit the murder. I think it was a pre-planned attack, and I think he is a fall guy. And I don't know what is going to happen to poor Thomas Mair, but he is, an enemy of the state. He's currently in Belmarsh prison, one of the worst prisons there are, which keep, domestic and international terrorists in there. So it's a very hardcore prison in Woolwich. Abu Hamza, the hook-handed guy, he was once in there. So I don't know how Thomas Mair is going to get treated, but what I am sadly predicting is there could potentially be a suicide. I feel like because Thomas Mair has not pleaded guilty, he's clearly not played their game, that there could be a potential murder made to look like a suicide. So conveniently, Thomas Mair was allowed to hang himself or kill himself. Now, I don't want this to happen, but I think because he hasn't played ball, that this could potentially happen. He could be what you call suicided, where he's actually murdered, but they make it look like a suicide. Now, there was many inconsistencies with the case of the Joe Cox murder and with, in fact, Thomas Mair. And many people do think, including me, that Thomas Mair is innocent. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to check out my previous video if you haven't seen it, link in the description below. And thank you very much for watching this video. And if you don't know, I make new video. Oh god, what happened there? Ew. I make new videos every Monday to Friday on similar topics such as this. So be sure to subscribe, and thank you for watching.